Hey guys, this is Jake. Have you ever wanted to play Overwatch when it felt fun? Do you hate it when heartless, low effort, and insanely overpriced skins and collabs are put into the game, making it feel like all the money you spend goes right into a $200 million bonus for a CEO, rather than back into the game that you love so much? Instead, funnel all of that money into the glorious People's Republic of China. Contribute to their booming economy, safe infrastructure, harmless food industry, and top-of-the-line work safety regulations. Did esports ruin your favorite game by balancing it around the 0.01% of players that actually give a shit about proper team balancing, rather than it just being an enjoyable experience? Because after all, if every character in your game is broken, nobody is broken. Do you enjoy pounding protein, lifting, and miring other dudes' builds with slight bro implications? Do you like feet? Don't answer that. Then Marvel Rivals might just be right up your alley. I was initially drawn to this game for one very simple reason. Jeff. And so I'll start by saying that I have no idea about anything relating to superheroes or Marvel, and never had any interest in it. In fact, my knowledge is so bad I suggested to my girlfriend that they should add Superman to the game, and she just sat there laughing at me. So, regardless of my crushed feelings, I'll be taking a look at each character you can play, and with my limited knowledge, I'll tell you about all of them. Adam Warlock has been genetically engineered to be the perfect Aryan and savior to the white race. As Hitler's top guy, it's up to you to deal damage and never heal even when asked to. After all, you have a limited amount of healing and don't want it to go to waste. Stand there and contemplate about Rome while on your stoicism mark. Revive only when you feel your team deserves it. If they want to bitch about not having a healer, they can play one. Black Panther is Africa's most powerful furry. Using the powers gifted to you by your fursona, attack the enemy backlines. Mark any and all BBWs with your spear, and as a battle of endurance that you are sure to win ensues, claim victory. Black Widow is a lonely fan's model gone James Bondage. She exists only to be your average annoying sniper in the back lines, but with the added benefit of the ability to dual wield her bad dragons and use her Dami Mommy kick. Using the built-up essence of all your fans, splurge all over the battlefield, slowing all enemies caught in the blast. Bruce Banner was never the same ever since he gave up his natty card. Testosterone coursed through his veins, and he could no longer feel the pre. All he could ever feel is anger. He beat his wife, his child, even the pet cat. And when it was all over, he just couldn't live with himself. As Captain Oil Drill, it's your duty to assemble your army of Redditors and scour the land in search of more oil. By using a certain event caused by a certain someone to your advantage, hot drop directly into Afghan. Use your shield to block out any conspiracy theorists, while reflecting any and all blame back to the more important matter at hand. Cloak and Dagger was made specifically to troll all B-tard chuds on 4chan. Switch between light skin mode and dark skin mode to heal your team or damage your opponents, all while promoting globalist interracial relationships. Doctor Strange has the best ability in the game. Play Portal with your friends, your enemies, and always keep them guessing where you'll place it. Hit enemies consistently to build up charge and bust all over them. Once your ulti is up, unleash your Sharingan to freeze your enemies in an eternal genjutsu. Groot is literally just a tree with a PhD in English that builds walls, pissing off not only the enemy, but also all of your friends too. Hanzo is the hardest character to play. All you have to do is set up a nice spot and just start blind firing into tight corridors and just watch as your damage numbers fly. Build your ulti and just straight up start hacking, never missing a target, and making all arrows fully charged, deleting everyone from the field. I didn't know this, but you can also use your melee to parry, but you have to be a real gamer to pull that one off consistently. Hela is the best DPS in the game, and I won't take any other answers. How to play Hela is simple. Load up on caffeine, Adderall, fluticasone, and now every shot you make will be a headshot, and you will single-handedly delete the entire enemy team before they can even react, giving them PTSD when they hear her ulti. Iron Fist is a master of Chinese martial arts. Have you ever played Overwatch and heard the dreaded line,
Guys, we need someone to swap hit scan and deal with this Mercy and Pharah, please guys?
only for you to be the hero and swap and still play like ass? Well, you don't have to worry about that because as Iron Fist, you can deal with every flying character while still backlining the healers and beating the ever-living shit out of them. With the power of AI, George Droid is back and better than ever. Using your Alpha Cortex, outsmart the enemy and blast them away with fake $20 bills. Fly with your all-new dual-charge air intakes and escape enemy fire. And finally, overload your BBC Fent reactor and destroy half of Minneapolis. If Jeff is on my team, I love Jeff. If Jeff is on the enemy team, you're my target. You can't escape. There is nowhere to run. And I will find you, and I will curb stomp you into the pavement. Loki and his shit-eating grin is a Discord moderator. Groom your kittens with words of affirmation. Keep them close, and tell them if they don't date you, you will game end yourself. And if you get caught, just create another account and delete your old one. Have multiple ready to always keep the FBI on their toes. And finally, take on the form of any of your favorite Twitch streamers because you have no personality of your own and copy their special abilities. Luna Snow is a J-pop idol that sits in the back lines and plays Dance Dance Revolution to keep her friends alive. Force them to listen to the most horrendous K-pop that should honestly count as a war crime and damage to the enemy. But hey, I don't balance the game. Magic is a struggler marked for death to always have bad teammates and no healing. It's up to you to single-handedly solo the entire enemy team and unleash your inner gamer rage going sicko mode, only to be put down by one headshot from a Hawkeye. I know very little lore about the Marvel Universe, but what I do know is that Magneto is a Holocaust survivor, which honestly isn't all that impressive or hard to do seeing as how the Holocaust never had. Use your powers to steal all valuable metals in the vicinity. There was also a time where Magneto was going to be retconned into being a Romani gypsy, which would make a lot more sense as to why he could effortlessly steal metal, but that never happened, so at least all your copper wire is safe. Mantis is a bug and deserves to be squashed in the back lines by an Iron Fist. As Mantis, you have the ability to either damage boost or heal your team, headshot enemies to restore life orbs, and slip ketamine into the unattended drinks of partygoers. Moon Knight players are racist, especially pro Moon Knights. There is a strong correlation to the skill level of a Moon Knight and how intense their racism is. Don't ask me how I know this, I just do. Penny Parker caused the third impact. She exists solely to be an annoyance to the enemy and piss off any melee character by setting a minefield around point, deleting anyone not paying attention or trying to dive. You can web people that step into your mines and web certain people out of their ulti. When you ulti, you can choose to Naruto run into the enemy backlines and juggle healers or throw out an absolutely retarded amount of mines. Or just do both. Psylocke only exists to be put in the skin and have Butterfly by Smile play on repeat as you hit a quad. Rocket Raccoon is a ferret with a minigun and jetpack. Is there really anything else I can say to convince you he's the best healer in the game? Scarlet Witch is a very well-built and well-rounded character. People will tell you that she's easy to play. However, it's up to you to link them all your stats and remind them who is single-handedly carrying the team while also complaining about the weight of everyone backpacking off of you. Yo, what's up Spidey Slingies? Spider-Man here, ready to be lore accurate and achieve 0 kills while throwing the game for my entire team. Believe it. Oh my god, when I said Scarlet Witch is well built and well rounded, I lied. I meant Squirrel Girl, and you bet your ass I know the lore to this one. She's single-handedly the strongest character in the Marvel Universe. No, of all universes. She solos Thanos, Doctor Doom, MODOK, Korvac, and even Goku. Yeah, that's right, I said it, Goku. Have you ever wondered what would happen if Tracer, Reaper, and Soldier 76 were combined to be one big autistic ADHD zoomer character that can only be played most effectively off 3 Benadryls, a tab of LSD, and an oddly satisfying video compilation playing on your other monitor while you simultaneously stim to the beat of M83's Midnight City? Well, look no further because Star-Lord is just that character. Hurricane Irene destroys everything in her path due to the sound reverberations of her fat ass. Hurricane Irene buffs the speed or damage of your allies and flies. I could not imagine the Samsung spin wash cycle sloppy of a hurricane. Doom Guy has the benefit of wielding an assault rifle, shotgun, smoke grenade launcher, a back pocket turret Bakugan, a war crime, and worst of all, a grappling hook. I had one of these guys cheating in my lobby, and they ended up getting a ban for about 100 years. So you know what? Fuck you, Mr. Sporky. Thor wields the 100-year banhammer Mjolnir. Jump high distances and use your domain expansion to restore your tiny hammers. Use your awakening rune to pump immense damage into your enemies. Throw your banhammer at a Loki to keep him away from grooming minors, and solo ulti thick mommy GF Squirrel Girl because you just can.
I came, I saw, I smote!
Venom is what would have happened to Spider-Man if instead of growing up in Queens, he grew up in the Bronx and was constantly in and out of prison. Spider-Man would purposefully drop the soap, whereas Venom will make you drop the soap. Winter Soldier or James Bussy Barnes was a soldier who was mind-broken to be an assassin. But now, James Bussy Barnes regained control of his own fate. Use your tentacle hentai arm to grab people and slam dunk them in an almost infinite loop. Wolverine is what happens when you miss food time with your cat. Go feral and claw the absolute shit out of everyone around you. Ignore all damage and signs that you should get out of the dive. You have a target, and you will finish the job. And just like Bussy, slam dunk into everyone on the field and unleash your inner lone wolf gamer instincts. And that's all the characters in the game. However, we're not done, because certain characters can team up with others to grant them special bonus abilities. Hela can revive both Thor and the Groomer by last hitting any enemy. So make sure the stimulants you combine before playing Hela don't backfire, causing tremors, reducing your superior gamer accuracy, and pray you don't end up having a stroke in the middle of the match. Your teammates won't know that you're actively convulsing on the floor and will report you for throwing their ranked game, which is the most of your worries because you don't want to see a 100-year ban after receiving the hospital bill worth 100 years revenue. Scarlet Witch gives Magneto a pretty cool sword. Thor gives Hurricane Irene a chain lightning ability, which honestly isn't all that noticeable. However, he does give Captain Oildrill the ability to throw his shield at will without needing to combo in melee first. Groot lets both Rocket Raccoon and Jeff ride on his shoulders to have his very own pocket healers. Just try not to bring them too deep into the front lines or they will get blown up. Venom lets both Spider-Man and Penny somehow be even more annoying by letting them knock back everyone with tentacles. Hulk provides both Doctor Strange and George Droid with extra Fent reserves, increasing the radius of Strange's Goon Orb and overclocking Droid's Fent reactor. Hulk can also Thundercunt Wolverine into the enemy's back lines, and rather than jump in after him and shield him from all the damage, let him test the waters before deciding to dive. Rocket Raccoon throws down a special device that gives Doomguy and Bussy infinite ammo. Magic lets both Black Panther and Psylocke YouTube rewind to better times. Cloak and Dagger gives Moon Knight a safe space where he can be anonymously as racist as he wants, and no one will know it's him. Adam gives Star-Lord and Mantis a second chance revive. Luna Snow gives Jeff, and only Jeff, the ability to shoot ice crystals. Hawkeye shares all his scripts off Cheat Engine with Black Widow, because he's a simp and he's her biggest pay pig on OnlyFans. Iron Fist gives Luna a knockback heal, And finally, Spider-Man allows Squirrel Girl to use sticky nuts to web people in place. Each of these characters has a specific role to play on the team. Tank is for people that hate themselves and wake up every morning to spike their coffee with alcohol and hand out galaxy gas to the homeless. Your role is to keep everyone safe, while also knowing when to push the enemy and peel for your healers. Damage is meant to do damage. Believe it or not many people know this, and will bottom out at 0 to 8 while having only 1000 damage in a 10-minute game, soaking up all healing and providing nothing in return. Healers are meant to keep your team alive while pressuring the opposing team with damage. If you have more damage than healing, you're failing at your job. When you queue, you'll either end up smuggling narcotics, taking them from point A to point B, or playing border patrol, preventing the local cartel consisting of an overweight Mexican mom and her 5 obese children from crossing the border with their cart full of narcotics. Or playing the fun game of who can stand in the circle the longest without C9ing. The areas where this will all happen are Agartha, Tokyo under the occupation of our glorious leader Xi Jinping, the only technologically advanced country in Africa, Venom's prison cell, and Bussy's mind break facility. Rivals also seems to have a very lively modding community, so be sure to check it out. Who knows what you might find. And that's about all I got. I want to thank everyone who's watched this far into the video. You're all amazing, and until the next one, I hope you have a wonderful day.